Here are the top stories of the news. Suspected Boko Haram terrorists kill one, set ablaze block of classrooms in Borno State. Former defense spokesperson retired General Rabi Abubakar buried amid tears in Katsina. Tinubu commiserates with family. On the foreign scene, US, Iran inch closer to deal. Trump says Sunday, but timing remains unclear. And good afternoon and welcome to Spring News at 12 on Western Spring Television. My name is Femi Da Silva. Suspected Boko Haram terrorists have set ablaze a block containing 5 classrooms and a staff office at a government day secondary school, Kotikari village in Chibok local government area of Borno State. It was gathered that the incident occurred around 6:45 p.m. on Saturday evening. Confirming the incident to Punch this morning, the Education Secretary of Chibok local government area, Malaki Ari, said the affected section of the school is the junior secondary school. He revealed that the insurgents attacked the Kotikari community, killing 1 person and setting ablaze 1 block containing 5 classrooms and an office at Kotikari Junior Secondary School. The State Police Command's Public Relations Officer ASP Nahum Daso also confirmed the incident, saying the security forces repelled the attack. He disclosed that the suspected insurgents faced strong resistance from joint security forces, averting further losses, adding that as of now, the area is calm and intensive patrols are ongoing. Meanwhile, local sources who spoke on the condition of anonymity said the terrorists attacked the area in large numbers with the aim of destroying the school and its facilities. Family members, friends, military officers, government officials, and sympathizers bid final farewell to retired Major General Rabi Abubakar, whose death in bandit captivity has reignited public outrage over Nigeria's worsening insecurity. The late senior military officer was laid to rest at about 6 p.m. at the Gidan Dawa Cemetery, located opposite his residence in Katsina metropolis, following funeral prayers attended by a large crowd of mourners. Among those present were top government officials, security chiefs, senior military officers, traditional title holders, political associates, family members, and well-wishers who gathered to pay their last respect to the deceased. The late general was on his way to his hometown when he was abducted alongside his wife along the Katsina-Matazu Road on May 30. In a statement on Saturday, Katsina State Commissioner for Internal Security and Home Affairs, Nasiru Muazu, said the retired military officer died from complications arising from diabetes and hypertension while in captivity. Meanwhile, President Bola Tinubu, who commiserated with the general's family, stated that while the terrorists have done their worst, the government would never bow to their demand to release their members held by security agencies. The president of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, has accused enemies of President Bola Tinubu of sponsoring insecurity to put the federal government in bad light. He stated this while delivering a keynote address on democratic governance and peace building in Africa at the unveiling of 3 books to mark the 84th birthday of a former military head of state, General Abdulsalami Abubakar, retired. Senator Akpabio said the president had been grappling with many enemies of progress. He, however, assured Nigerians that the country would defeat terrorism and poverty. While commending General Abubakar for his contribution to democracy in the country, the Senate president said sycophants wanted the former leader to extend his stay as head of state. He, however, noted that the former head of state shook off suggestions from some people to extend his as a military leader.
Permit me to congratulate you for putting down your thoughts in your autobiography. And permit me to also salute those who have added 2 books in your honor. If you didn't do this, how will you have been able to represent yourself well? Future generations will never forget you because you were able to put the right things on the tablets. So I want to say on behalf of my colleagues and those in democracy today, the Vice President will speak on behalf of the President. Me, I can only speak on behalf of the Parliament, both at the national level and at the state state level to say that we are beneficiaries of your gesture. We are beneficiaries of your sacrifice, and may your sacrifice never be in vain. I must say that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is grappling with a lot of enemies of progress, of what you left behind. Today, many are sponsoring insecurity in our country to paint that your democracy in a bad color. But I can tell you that with the determination of men and women in uniform, that the enemies we see today, we shall see them no more. You can imagine in a country where a child will stand up to kill the father because of tramadol and because of all sorts of, I don't know how to put it, but I can tell you, no matter the insecurity we see today, with men like you, the example you have laid behind, we will definitely defeat terrorism. We will defeat poverty in this country, and Nigeria will take its rightful place in the global community.
In Ondo State, gunmen on Saturday invaded the Ode Oriya community in the Awa local government area of the state and abducted the traditional ruler of the community, Adeniyi Adelana. A source said the hoodlums stormed the community at about 8 p.m. on Saturday night and went to the residence of the 60-year-old community leader, whisking him away to an unknown destination. The State Police Public Relations Officer, DSP Abayomi Jimo, who confirmed the incident, said the State Command had commenced a rescue operation in the forest. He stated that preliminary reports indicated that at about 8:05 p.m., a group of approximately 6 armed men stormed the residence of the Baale and forcefully whisked him away through a nearby bush path to an unknown destination. DSP Jimo added that the victim's wife, who sustained a gunshot injury to her right hand during the attack, had been taken to the hospital where she was receiving treatment. Ogun State Governor Dapo Abiodun has said his administration is on high alert against growing insecurity across the country, unveiling plans to deploy technology-driven solutions to strengthen the state's security architecture. According to a statement issued on Saturday, Abiodun made this known during an All Progressives Congress strategic meeting held at the Presidential Lodge, Ibara, Abeokuta. The governor described the rising cases of terrorism, banditry, and kidnapping in parts of the country as disturbing and assured residents that his administration would take proactive measures to prevent criminal elements from establishing a foothold in Ogun State. Abiodun said his administration was paying special attention to the security of schools and other educational institutions, stressing that children must be adequately protected. To politics, the Nigeria Democratic Congress has dismissed the reports that its vice presidential candidate, Senator Rabiu Kwankwaso, threatened to leave the party over disagreements surrounding candidate selection in Kano State. The party's National Publicity Secretary, OSA Director, in an interview on Saturday night, described the claims as conjectures and the media speculations aimed at undermining the party. Director insisted that Kwankwaso had never contemplated leaving the party, noting that the speculations were trying to demarket the party. According to him, the reports were being fueled by political opponents and other interests seeking to create the impression of a crisis within the party. His comments followed reports linking Kwankwaso to dissatisfaction over recent adjustments to the party's candidates list in Kano State. The controversy arose after the NDC replaced some nominees initially submitted to the Kwankwansiya movement, the political bloc loyal to the former Kano State governor. Under the agreement, the Kwankwansiya group was reportedly allocated 60% of party positions and elective tickets, while the existing NDC structure was allocated 40%. Elsewhere, Veteran Journalists Association Osun State has frowned at Thursday's unwarranted detention of Osun State NUJ Secretary Olalekan Akindoju, who is also the head of News, Rave FM and Western Spring Television, both based in Osogbo. The statement released by Veteran Journalists Association says Akindoju's arrest and maltreatment puts a question mark on the due diligence of a law enforcement agency such as the Nigerian Police that is saddled with the maintenance of law and order. Considering the status of the NUJ Secretary, veteran journalist in the state believe the State Police Command should have exercised restraint and should have properly investigated the matter before his hurried arrest, stressing that the arrest could have caused unnecessary breach of peace and should have therefore been better handled. The release, signed by the association's public relations officer, Sonya Fadikpe, advised that the amiable relationship existing between the State Police Command and the Nigerian Union of Journalists should be kept cordial, especially due to the impending electoral process. The Veteran Journalists Association added that Osun State Police Command owes the public a duty, with a statement on what really caused the arrest and undue humiliation meted out to the journalist. And you're watching Spring News at 12 on Western Spring Television, where we'll be right back after this break.
Up to 75% of human infectious diseases originates in animals. And as more bushmeat is brought into our cities, the risk of human infectious disease outbreaks increases. Ebola, monkeypox, Lassa fever, yellow fever, and even COVID-19 may have been transmitted in this way. Illegal bushmeat trade not only endangers our wildlife, but affects our health and may damage our economy. So please, say no to illegal bushmeat. Keep them wild and keep us safe.
Thanks for staying logged in. You are still watching Spring News at 12 on Western Spring Television. On the foreign scene, the US and Pakistani leaders forecast a Sunday signing of a long